She is so good. And just scratching the surface of how good she's going to be. Smith trying to find some room baseline, and does. Nalyssa Smith. That's a mismatch she'll take advantage of all day long. Little hezzy. Draws the foul, and an and-one opportunity. Smith might be a problem, Annie.
You know, talking to my family, talking to the coaches, I just realized how powerful I could be inside. And so, you know, sticking to that, I'm a lot more efficient.
Liz just was able, she's so strong, she was able to get some catches and just everybody spaced the floor, and just she was able to go make plays and get the free throws.
Wheeler bouncing to Smith. Smith reversing beautifully. She's got 25.
It was a good night.
Once a rising star in the WNBA, Nalyssa Smith's name symbolized hope, promise, and a future filled with potential. But now, headlines tell a different story. Your firing from the Indiana Fever has shocked fans and critics alike. Instead of reflection, you've lashed out in anger, pointing fingers at the system, the fans, and the team. Everyone but yourself. Let's unpack this, Nalyssa. This isn't just about one mistake. It's a recurring pattern of selfish decisions, poor judgment, and blatant disrespect. It's left those who believed in you, your family, your community, and your teammates, feeling deeply disappointed.
He played basketball at UTSA, and then he also went overseas and played basketball in Australia, Philippines, and Honduras, and Mexico for a little bit.
She ran track and did a lot of cheerleading.
Fans admired your energy on the court and your dominance in the paint. Parents brought their kids to watch you play, hoping to inspire the next generation of basketball stars. You weren't just an athlete. You were a role model. But even then, the warning signs were there. Remember that unforgettable game against UConn, when your reckless foul sidelined a star player for weeks? And what did you say afterward? You brushed it off as just part of the game. That lack of accountability was a glaring red flag. Still, people gave you the benefit of the doubt. You were young, talented, and full of promise. Then came the WNBA, and the Indiana Fever took a chance on you.
Being there, it was huge for us just to say we were there as a young team. You know, it just shows, you know, what our future holds.
Nalyssa Smith, your name once symbolized hope, talent, and the promise of a brighter future for the WNBA and the Indiana Fever. Fans saw you as the cornerstone of a rebuild, a beacon for a struggling franchise. Parents brought their kids to games, proudly wearing jerseys with your name, hoping you'd inspire the next generation. You were meant to be a hero, a leader, someone who could turn it all around. But instead of rising to the occasion, you let the fame and pressure go to your head. The mocking, the petty drama, the selfish plays, it all began to pile up. And then came the breaking point, the infamous video with Dejanay Carrington. Let's rewind to that playoff game. Tensions were high, stakes even higher. Caitlin Clark, your teammate, took a brutal hit, an accidental poke to the eye, and was left visibly shaken and in pain. Did you rush to her side? Did you check on her or stand up for her? No. Instead, you chose to mock her injury alongside Dejanay, your partner, and turned it into a social media joke. Really, Nalyssa, you thought that was acceptable. You didn't just let down Caitlin, you betrayed your team. You showed the world that you cared more about a cheap laugh and your personal relationships than about loyalty to the jersey you wore. Fans were furious, and rightfully so. The same fans who once chanted your name felt betrayed. And what about Caitlin? Can you imagine how it felt for her, knowing her own teammate found humor in her pain? The locker room should be a place of trust and unity. You shattered that. Your behavior wasn't just a one-time slip-up, it's part of a pattern. Remember that game against UConn in college? The reckless foul that injured a star player. When asked about it, you shrugged it off as part of the game. That lack of accountability has followed you ever since, and it's caught up with you now. The Fever didn't draft you just for your talent, they drafted you for your potential to lead. But instead of stepping up, you let your selfishness and immaturity define your career. You've sown division in the locker room, created unnecessary drama, and prioritized personal gains over team success. And now, after being fired, instead of reflecting on your actions, you've lashed out in anger. You've blamed the system, the team, even the fans, everyone but yourself. You've painted yourself as a victim on social media, claiming to be misunderstood. But let's be real, Nalyssa. The only person sabotaging you is you. How do you think your family feels? The people who supported your dreams, who believed in your potential. Every parent wants their child to succeed, not just as an athlete, but as a person. And what about the young girls who looked up to you? The ones who saw you as a role model? Do you think they're inspired by this behavior? Or are they questioning why someone they admired could stoop so low? You have every opportunity to build a legacy. Fans adored you. The Fever believed in you. Your teammates needed you. And you threw it all away for petty drama and fleeting attention. This should be your wake-up call, Nalyssa. The Fever made the right decision letting you go, because this team deserves players who put the jersey first, who value loyalty, respect, and unity. You proved time and time again that you're not that player. So now, the ball is in your court. What's next? Will you continue down this path of self-destruction, or will you finally take a hard look in the mirror and start making things right? It's not too late to change, but the clock is ticking. Don't let your legacy be defined by mistakes and missed opportunities. It's time to grow up, Nalyssa. Prove to yourself and to everyone else that you can be better. Nalyssa Smith, your name was once synonymous with hope and raw talent, a shining star in the WNBA, with the potential to redefine what it means to be a leader. Fans saw you as the savior of the Indiana Fever, a franchise desperate for someone to lead them out of the shadows. Kids looked up to you, parents proudly wore your jersey, and the Fever placed their trust in you to carry the weight of their rebuild. But here we are, talking not about your achievements, but about how it all went so wrong. Your downfall didn't happen overnight. It's been building for years. The reckless play, the selfish choices, the drama, it was all there, and people were willing to overlook it because of your talent. But talent without discipline is a ticking time bomb. Let's start with the incident that broke the camel's back, the infamous video with Dejounte Carrington. During a playoff game, Caitlin Clark, your teammate, your partner on the court, took a brutal poke to the eye. She was in visible pain, shaken, and struggling to recover. What did you do, Nalyssa? Did you rush to her side to check on her? Did you show even a shred of concern for her well-being? No, instead, you teamed up with Dejounte and mocked her injury in a video for the world to see. That wasn't just unprofessional, it was cruel. You didn't just humiliate Caitlin, you betrayed her trust and showed your true colors. It wasn't about the team for you, it was about yourself. Fans were outraged, and rightfully so. These are the same fans who supported you, who believed in you, who showed up wearing your jersey. Imagine how they felt watching someone they admired stoop so low. And this isn't the first time your behavior has raised red flags. Back in college, during that infamous game against UConn, you delivered a reckless foul that sent a star player to the bench for weeks. When asked about it, you brushed it off